I would like to brief you now about the exercise. My name is, as my colleague said, Janez Lenarčič. I'm working in the Ministry of Security of Bosnia and Herzegovina. For this exercise, I was the coordinator on behalf of Bosnia and Herzegovina. For your information, in this area we have around 650 magnitude can cause a huge damage on the population and infrastructure. We formed the base of operations in the Hotel Oaza, and our team, we managed to send requests for the international assistance. Basically, as we mentioned, we activated, and that was the biggest advantage of this to test the national procedures in case of emergency. So in addition to this, the location was the area of Dariva. So 7 locations of the exercise, developed by Massachusetts Lincoln Laboratory, and this international assistance, we deployed the teams to work together with our team. And this, we used K9 search and rescue teams from the Austria to search under the ruins. At the same time to change location from one place to the most urgent area. In areas to have the location in Igman, where we will brief you and you will have opportunity to see search and rescue, coordinate humanitarian efforts. We showed, as you can see on the footage.
Dobar dan, ministers, generals, ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really great pleasure to be here on Mount Igman on such an important occasion. And I thank Bosnia and Herzegovina for hosting us here. And I thank all the members of the consortium that prepared such a realistic scenario. Its realistic nature was just confirmed last week when, unfortunately, a powerful earthquake struck not far from here, and I would like to express at the beginning my sympathy for all those who were affected by this earthquake. And I would also like to thank Mrs. Softic for presenting this scenario to us, which I think has proven its realistic nature. But we knew already that this region is is a region that is prone to such disasters. I mean, in my short mandate so far alone, I went to this region twice. First, right at the beginning in 2019, to Albania because of the extremely powerful earthquake that resulted in many casualties and thousands of structures destroyed. And soon afterwards, in 2020, we had 2 powerful earthquakes in Croatia, again involving loss of life and considerable damage. That's why it's important that we hold this kind of full-scale exercises, because they are the opportunities to do what we can with regard to the events that we cannot predict. Nobody knows when and where the next earthquake will strike. Nobody knows how powerful it will be, but we all know it can happen. And that's why we have to prepare. Preparation involves, of course, building up national capacity. Several speakers spoke about the ambition of Bosnia and Herzegovina to join the Union Civil Protection Mechanism. Let me stop here for a moment to explain what is the philosophy of the Union Civil Protection Mechanism. The philosophy is not to replace the national capacity in civil protection with assistance coming from elsewhere. No. The philosophy is the following. Every EU member state and other participating states of Union Civil Protection Mechanism are obliged to have a fully and well-functioning system of civil protection in place for what we can say are reasonable expectations of challenges at the national level. The Union Civil Protection Mechanism is only supposed to kick in once a disaster, natural or man-made, is of such proportions that even reasonable national capacities are overwhelmed, and it's then then any country in the world can ask for assistance through the UN Civil Protection Mechanism and get this assistance from the participating states in this mechanism. So this is the philosophy. So when we talk about the ambition of Bosnia and Herzegovina to become participating states of the UN Civil Protection Mechanism, I'd like to say the following. First of all, I fully support this ambition, and I will do everything in my power to make it happen soon. We have already discussed this with Minister Cikotić, and already next week we will share with your team a draft of administrative agreement on which we will work with a view to conclude it sooner rather than later. It won't be one of those roadmaps, Minister, that you have had many and that still didn't get you to the destination. That's why we didn't call it roadmap, we call it a pathway. And it will be different, I promise. But we need to do both our share. It's not much that it has to be done, so I'm very much optimistic. To conclude, I think what we will see and what we have seen so far in this full-scale exercise is really remarkable, and I really would like to express my appreciation and compliments to the consortium and to all other participants from other countries, to all the staff that worked on it. These exercises are really important because they do offer a unique opportunity for emergency personnel to come together, to strengthen their own preparedness, to identify shortcomings, to improve interoperability, because we need to be able to work with each other if we are to help with each other, and to develop the response capacity for future earthquakes. But not only earthquakes, we also need to prepare for all other man-made and natural disasters, and the latter will be many to come also due to the climate change. I'll stop here because I'm eager to see some of the teams that participated in this exercise. I wish to conclude by thanking Minister Cikotić for the invitation and for his hosting of this exercise, and all the participants that made it a success. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lenarčič. We will now move to the exercise site.
But as I said inside, the purpose of being in